At shortstop, batting first, number 2, Jaden McNeely. Batting second, playing center field, number 8, Grayson Tempest. Batting third, playing third base, number 7, Avery Ortiz. Batting fourth, playing right field, number 3, Parker Patterson. Your pitcher tonight, batting fifth, number 14, Tate Hayworth. Your designated hitter, batting sixth, number 13, Preston Petty. Batting seventh, playing first base, Kenyon Fuller. Batting eighth, your catcher, number 9, Brody Briggs. And batting ninth, playing left field, number 15, Gage Arthur. And playing second base, number 6, Rhett Rogers. Your assistant coaches are Jeff Brown and Brett Robinson, and your head coach, who will salute just about anything, Sean Newkirk. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you would please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Your umpires for tonight are Aaron Lakey and Jimmy Williams. Your official scoreboard operator is David Rogers. Your DJ is Brad Mueller. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Red Hawk Baseball. And with that, good afternoon and welcome into another exciting season of Union Red Hawk Baseball here at the Union Baseball and Softball Complex, of course, on the campus of the Union Freshman Academy. We're happy that you joined us here on the Union Sports Network. I'm Solo, and my name is Jim Douthit. And, this year ushers in some new things and some new upgrades thanks to Brad Mueller and the Union Baseball Booster Club and Andy Irwin, as we'll have 4 different camera angles to capture all the action. There's going to be a lot of surprises this weekend, and this season, I should say, and we're really, really glad that you joined us here on the Union Sports Network. We want to take a quick shout-out to Wade Witcher, who told me earlier that he's watching. So to Wade and Lisa and Joey. Joey, I'm kind of lonely here without you sitting next to me. I know you guys did what was best for your family, and I'm happy for you guys down in Texas. So from all of us up here at Union and the Union Sports Network, we definitely miss the Witcher family. Wish you guys all the best of luck down there in Texas. So what do we got going on tonight? Well, game number 1 for Union. Bishop Kelley comes in here 1-0. They beat Coweta in their opening game 4-2. Dennis Kelley, one of their assistant coaches, told me it was quite the battle. They've got a couple of studs over there in Coweta, but he was happy how his kids played. And for Union, this is our first chance to see these boys live. We had a number of regular or preseason games, I should say, but COVID and the snow really threw us for a loop. So as we look defensively, Hayworth and Briggs will be your battery tonight. Keller's at third, Rogers is at second, Ortiz and McNeely at third and shortstop. And then the outfield, left to right, is Arthur, Tempest, and Patterson. And we're underway. Leading off for the Comets, number 2, Jackson Archambault. So Archambault steps in. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day here, as the temperature, I believe, was about 80 degrees. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong at the start, at first pitch, compared to the kind of weather we had this time last week. We were all hunkered down with a fire in the fireplace and not moving quite a bit. Now 1-1, swinging strike there. And Hayworth is set up early. Swung on, hit to center, roped to center. Tempest will pick it up. And Archambault starts off with a base hit. First baseman, Reed Williams. A lot of good conversations around Hayworth coming into this start. Said he really showed Coach Newkirk and the staff that he was ready to take this number 1 position. And he has. There's a couple other good arms around this team as well, and T.J. King and Avery Ortiz, our third baseman, who just happens to be going to my favorite baseball team, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, will come in and do some cleanup work as the season progresses. Now the 0-1 delivery. Strike, and 0-2. And Hayworth's ahead. Great position for Hayworth to be in, because right now he can pick just about any place. And if it's close, Williams is going to have to chase it. Hayworth checks on the runner. It's a throw over. Archambault not fooled by Hayworth. Now he sets. Just outside, barely missing the outside of the part of the plate. Briggs was trying to pull it back over the plate. So tonight, Union decked out in their white and black pinstripes, red lettering, black socks looking awfully sharp. Comets come here, gray pants, black shirts. A little bit of a Comet logo. Runner goes, throw by Briggs, beat him by a mile. And Brody Briggs picked up where he left off last year. Strike him out, throw him out. And there's quickly 2 away. Joey Witcher and I said it a lot last year. Designated hitter, Andrew Talbert. Talbert steps in. We said it a lot last year, man. There's something about Briggs, man. You don't run on him. He's not afraid to throw to first. He's definitely, as you just saw, not afraid and can get it to second in a hurry. So Briggs gets Hayworth out of the single that he gave up to Archambault. Talbert lifts it high. Left field way back on the run to the wall. Wow, Gage Arthur with the nice run. Tracked that ball really, really well. And we're through the first half inning. Thanks for joining us here on the Union Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, today, during a ceremony in Oklahoma City, it was announced that Union High School's very own Mrs. Rebecca Peterson was awarded the State Teacher of the Year. Congratulations to Mrs. Peterson. Super proud of you, and we're very, very happy to call you a colleague, a teacher, a mentor, and a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to our very own Rebecca Peterson. So that was exciting news that we were watching. I think it happened right around lunchtime. And so that was great. Another way that we win here at Union. Teachers of the Year, girls winning a state championship in wrestling in our first year ever. And our girls tonight are going to battle Bixby in the big town of Cleveland for the right to continue on for a gold ball in the 6A basketball state championship. So to Joe Redmond and TK Pitts, Kinsey Malum, Sydney Smith, Aubrey Highshaw, and, of course, Desiree Marshall-Penny, the starting 5 that Casey and I got to call all year. Good luck, ladies. You guys are a fabulous team. You got a long way to go, but you play like you played against Tahlequah, which is a very, very good team. They got a young lady by the name of Sells Godot that can flat play some hoops. And she kept that team in until she fouled out late in the 4th. But back to baseball time. Leading off for Union, shortstop number 2, Jaden McNeely. So McNeely steps in. After Hayworth got in, I wouldn't say any trouble, but he gave up a base hit to Archambault. But thanks to a strike him out, throw him out, and then a pop fly to left with a great defensive play by Gage Arthur, Union was able to escape unscathed in the top of the first. Delivery. Caught the outside of the plate, 1-1. Now, McNeely last year was money. This young man put it just about anywhere in play. His legs got him down to first base. So a lot of small ball last year. So we'll see what Coach Newkirk and his staff has decided to play like this year. In the dirt, 2-2. Swung on to second. In the hole, and it'll get through. Archambault made a great attempt on it, but it got all the way to DeTolo. And McNeely's on with a base hit. Center fielder, number 8, Grayson Tempest. Actually, I'll leave it right there. Talking to myself for a few minutes, trying to get myself situated here. So the runner on first is McNeely. We talked about his wheels. Here's the delivery. Swung on to third, to second. Might have taken him off the bag, but I'm not 100% sure that he either caught that ball or was dragged off. But regardless, Coach Robo will not come out to argue, as it'd be tough early on. Tempest is safe at first as they get McNeely out. Avery Ortiz up right now. And it's 0-1. Tempest also with some wheels. Also our starting quarterback for the Red Hawk football team. Had a great season until he kind of got rolled over in a game out of town and ended up, I believe, breaking an ankle, if I'm not sadly mistaken. Had some surgery, and Dad says he's back to 100%. Grayson had dreams of coming back from the surgery and the break into the playoffs, and as you well know, for Red Hawk fans, it didn't quite come to fruition for the football team, but they had one heck of a season. Now the 1-1 delivery. Swung on. Pop out to center. Trujillo calling for it. Drops it. And because everybody had to held up, Tempest only ends up at second, and so that'll get charged with an error for sure. Trujillo was tracking it well. I think he actually called off Dotolo. The way it was, it sure looked like it was a little bit easier play for the right fielder. But regardless, runners on first and second. Right fielder, Parker Patterson. So Patterson steps in. Runners at first and second, one out. In the one preseason game, I got to see Patterson hit the ball on a rope a couple of times. So we'll see, and that was just this past Monday evening, so we'll see if his bat is still swinging the way it was on Monday evening. On deck is Tate Hayworth, the pitcher. First and second, big leads for both of them. Pop down the right field line is going to be out of play, and it is well out of play. Wind blowing in tonight from the south. Game time temperature, as I said earlier, about 80 degrees. Really, really nice. Tempest goes, swung on, and popped out of play. 0-2. Little hit and run calling by Coach Newkirk. One and two. Pitch. Punched him out. Caught him on the outside corner. And Parker Patterson strikes out. Now batting number 14, Tate Hayworth. Pitcher steps in with a runner. Still runners at first and second. And last year it was one of those things that Union came up, and even though there was 2 outs against them, they did a lot of damage throughout the season with 2 outs. So we'll see if that can continue this year as well, because that was a great trend. Right down the middle there. Estelli's looked really good. He's given up 1 hit and 1 error. But overall, throwing the ball really, really well for the Comets. 0-1. Swung on. Left field, Thompson underneath. Holy's calling for it, and he'll make the play and get out of the inning. So the Red Hawks leave 2 on. Stelly gives up 1 run. An error charge to the center fielder, and it's 0-0. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. Top of the second. Now batting for the Comets, catcher J.T. Horton. So J.T. Horton steps in. 0-0. We're just underway here at the Union Baseball and Softball Complex on the campus of the Union Freshman Academy. Hayward delivers swinging strike 1 to Horton. If you're just joining us, where you been? And if you're not out at the ballpark, folks, it's gorgeous out here. And we've got a good crowd that's funneled in. Bishop Kelley's brought their crew. Union's filling up their side of the stand, so it's great to see everybody coming out. Probably a lot of cabin fever, especially after last couple of weeks' events with winter. And down goes Horton. Left fielder, Eric Thompson. So Eric Thompson, the left fielder, steps in. Hayward's got 2 strikeouts on the night so far. And it sounds like Mom's happy because I keep hearing, good job, Tate. Just low, 1-1. Hey, while we've got a second, I want to say good luck to Joe Redmond and all the ladies heading out. Play a little basketball tonight. They'll play Bixby in Cleveland at 6:30. So if this game goes that long and I get updates, I'll definitely share those with you all. Swung on, pop foul. Union boys soccer won their first game 1-0 over Owasso. If I'm not sadly mistaken, the girls lost 3-2. Swung on and go to your room. Second strikeout. Center fielder, Devin Trujillo. So Trujillo steps in, center fielder. So as you guys are watching here on the live stream, first of all, we appreciate you joining us on the Union Sports Network. Something you may have noticed, thanks to Brad Mueller, Union Booster Club, and Andy Irwin, we've got 4 different camera angles for you. We've got the one that you're seeing right now, which is obviously set up just in center field, catching the battery. And we've got 2 more, one right above us here on the press box. That's remote controlled, and that's popped up. Called for it. McNeely, and they're out of the inning. We'll talk about all the other cameras when we return right here on the Union Sports Network. Back live here as Preston Petty steps in. Nothing. We're just in the bottom of the second. Petty playing DH roles tonight, and he pops it to center. Trujillo calls for it. He's underneath it, and there's one away. First baseman, Kenyon Fuller. Oh my God, I was like, what did I just do? Can't even read my own handwriting. I'm like, what am I doing? Sorry, Rob. Kenyon Keller steps in. No relation to Kenyon Fuller. Hey, it's game number 1, folks. That's all I'm going to say. Nice hit up the middle. Quickly over is Archambault, and he can't make the play, and Keller on his horse gets on down to first base, and he'll get in. Base hit. Oh, the error will be charged as our official scorer will throw up the error. Catcher, number 9, Brody Briggs. At least I got Briggs right. So they're going to say he reached on an error. And threw an inning in 1/3. The Comets have 2 errors already. One by the center fielder who called off the right fielder in Totolo. And honestly, from our vantage point, it probably something that he shouldn't have done is Totolo was over there in plenty of time and was kind of parked underneath it. But center fielder has that right, just like the shortstop does, kind of call off everybody. That's low. 2-0, 1 away. The runner at first is Kenyon Keller. Preston Petty popped out to center. And that's where we are here in the second. Well hit. but right to DeTolo. And there's 2 away. Left fielder, Gage Arthur. So Arthur will step up. Keller reached on an error, so that's the runner on first. 2 away. And the bunt lays down. That's a beautiful bunt. Everybody's going to be safe there. Yep. And again, it's that small ball that I talked about that we saw quite a bit. And now the speed comes up in Jaden McNeely. Shortstop, Jaden McNeely. So McNeely steps up. The speedy Arthur at second. Or excuse me, the speedy Keller at second. Gage Arthur at first. And a big lead out there for Canyon. Delivers. Just low. 1-0. Squibbler to third. Steps on the bag and out of the play. So another error and a bunt single. Union leaves 2 on. Top of the third coming up. Leading off for the Comets, shortstop, Spence Perry. So Spence Perry steps in, knotted at 1. If you're wondering at home, Tate Hayworth has thrown 20 pitches through 2 innings. And only 5 balls so far, according to our statistician, Rob Keller. Father of the great Canyon Keller. No relation to the Fullers, right? Okay. It's 1-1. Inside. 2-1. Hayworth deals. Fouled right back towards us. And it's 2-2. So a lot of games going to be streamed here on the Union Sports Network. We've got 11 baseball games scheduled this year. I'll post the schedule on my Twitter page later on. As a strikeout. of Spence Perry, and that's strikeout number 4, if I'm not sadly mistaken. I'll be corrected if I'm wrong. Third baseman, Grayson Smith. So Smith steps in, first time up. As I was saying, be 11 home games this year that we will broadcast, along with 5 slow pitch softball games, as I see a couple of the softball girls coming over and having a seat as they just got out of practice. So coming over to support the boys. I believe there's a JC4 sighting. Senior and an incredible softball player and just an incredible individual for the Union softball girls. So Smith's looking at 2-0. Swung on. 2-1. And whatever Hayworth is doing right now, it's fooling a bunch. Delivers, popped up. Keller on the run. And what a play at the corner. Canyon Keller on his horse made the catch right at the fence. And defense is on display. Right fielder, Anderson Dotolo. Right fielder and Dotolo steps in. 2 away. Swung on 1-1. Swung on 1-2. The 1-2 delivery. Punched him out. So if you're scoring at home, that's 5 strikeouts now for Tate Hayworth through the first 3. Union's coming up right after this. Welcome back live here. Grayson Tempest steps in. Stelly's threw 24 pitches, through 2. And both pitchers so far have been dealing really, really well. So Grayson Tempest will set in. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first. And the plate has suddenly been expanded. 0-1. Delivery swung on, tipped foul. Just past the arc. outstretched arms of Avery Ortiz, who's waiting in the batter's box. Swung on to first, gobbled up by Williams, and he'll touch the bag, and there's quickly one away. Third baseman, number 7, Avery Ortiz. Ortiz steps in now. He reached on an error and first time up. There's one away. Oklahoma State product looking to pick up where he left off last year, but he's fooled by Kelley on the first pitch of this at-bat. So as you could see on the broadcast, we've talked about the different cameras that we've got. We'll run through those this inning if we get the opportunity. Swung on, tipped foul. And Kelley, just like Hayworth, is fooling the Red Hawk batters right now. Delivery high. 1-2. On deck is the right fielder and Parker Patterson. He struck out his first time up. There's one away here. 1-2 delivery. High. Good eye there. Looked like Ortiz was taken all the way. And it's 2-2. And another punch out. And Ortiz goes down looking. Right fielder, Parker Patterson. Patterson steps in, as I said before, having struck out in the first. Swung on, and it's 0-2. Swung on, and right out to Thompson as he comes in and makes the play, and it's 1-2-3 inning as well. So we're through 3, and it's officially cheese day here as both pitchers are throwing some for sure. We'll be back top of the 4th after this. So the second baseman and Jackson Archambault steps in. Zeros across the board here as far as runs go, and that's in the dirt. And after a shaky first inning for both Hayworth and I say shaky, Hayworth gave up 1 hit. Stelly gave up 2. These two pitchers have been lights out so far. As Hayworth steps off the mound, gives a look into the dugout. Now he's back. Swung on. Patterson, tracking, good. And there's one away. Nice job by Parker Patterson to track that ball. And there's one away. First baseman, Reed Williams. Williams checks in. He struck out his first time up. In the dirt and to the backstop here is Hayworth's first pitch. Just a bit outside. 2-0. Swung on. It's going to be down the left field side and foul out of play. Just low, much to the chagrin of Brody Briggs, the way he kind of turned around and looked. Home plate umpire shaking his head no. 3-1 now. First time that Hayworth's given up 3 balls, and the first time he's walked anybody. So Williams will get the walk after a really close called ball 3. Designated hitter Andrew Talbert. Talbert steps in with a runner on first and Williams. And honestly, this is the first time tonight that Hayworth's made any mistakes. He deals inside. Deliberate strike, and it's 1-1. Swung on, foul, and Tate's back ahead of in the count 1-2 now. We've seen him pretty much be here all evening. Hayworth instead throws over. Trying to keep Williams close. Talbert, the first time up, he popped out to left field. Stroked the ball well, and Gage Arthur was on his horse and made a great play out in left field. Now swung on. That's going to be pop foul. But in the first inning, Talbert gave one a ride. And Gage Arthur, from about where he is now, ran probably 75 feet or so. Very, very quickly. Pass ball. Briggs back to get it. And the runner's out. So Talbert's out. Williams will get to advance to second. I believe he's calling that a strikeout, so that's going to be strikeout number 6 for Hayworth as Briggs goes out to have a conversation with him. Catcher, JT Horton. Horton checks in, and Horton was the second strikeout recorded by Hayworth as he's 0 for 1 tonight so far. So the runner on second is Williams. Hayworth delivers. That changeup is flat, fooling some people right now as Horton kind of backed off of that, and that sunk right into the plate, right over the plate, I should say. Rogers backs off a second. Throw down to second. Not in time, but super close. As we say hi again to the Witcher family. Watching down in Texas right now. We appreciate you guys listening and watching.
I just put it together myself too.
Sandy said, I'm lonely, lonely, lonely. That's our producer, director, Andy Irwin, back there behind us. You may be able to hear him from time to time. He speaks with passion, as the kids like to say, and it's 1-2. 2 outs. Williams at second. Hayworth with a long stare. And now delivers. Swung on. In the dirt. Struck him out. And that's strikeout number 7 for Hayworth. We're through 3.5. 0-0. Redhawks coming up. Welcome in. We go bottom 4. Pitcher and Tate Hayworth steps to the plate. Stelly deals inside. And if this is the first game that you've picked up ever for Union Red Hawk baseball, you're in for a good one, as Stelly and Hayworth are both dealing. And we got a pitcher's duel early on here, as this is the first game, of course, you guys know, for the Red Hawks, second game for the Bishop Kelley Comets. 2-0. On the ground. Smith bobbles, and it's going to be safe. And another error is going to be charged to the Bishop Kelley Comets. Designated hitter, Preston Petty. And that's the third error on this game, and we're only through officially just 3. Third error will be charged to the Comets. Petty steps in. He popped out to center his first time up. He's 0-1. Steps down the right field line, foul. Into the dugout. Eventually over to the creek, it appears. Kenyon Keller in the on-deck circle. Runner on first is Hayworth. In the dirt. And I said the runner on first is Hayworth, but I'm lying to you because they did. Bobby Lewis. Bobby Lewis came in and is the designated runner for Hayworth. Swung on. And that'll be a base hit. Past the outstretched arms of Perry. And Union's got something going on here in the bottom of the 4th. First baseman, Kenyon Keller. Keller reached on an error his first time up. Runners at first and second, and this is the first time we've seen Stelly in any kind of trouble as well. His defense really hasn't helped him very much, but he's been able to come back and stay dialed in. He's got 2 strikeouts on the evening so far. Problem is those 2 strikeouts are coupled with 3 errors that for the most part have been routine. An error by the center fielder. And an error recently here by the third baseman in Smith. And Union's got something dialed up. Now he pops it foul. As again, it looks like Newkirk's going to dial up a little small ball here. Unfortunately, much to the chagrin of his father, who's sitting just to my right. Keller didn't do what he was supposed to do. Dads can be so tough on our kids, can't we, guys? Very, very hard. But we're put in that same position. Oh, we would get it down. There you go. Todd Briggs sitting behind me said we'd get it down. So I would be headed to the hospital with 4 broken fingers because I don't know how to hold the bat properly. Two and one now. Stelly looks in, long look. Runners at first and second. Keller kind of chopped at it, and that's foul. A little hit and run there going on. Coach Brown is going to take a second. Talk to Bobby Lewis, who is into pinch run for Hayworth. 2-2 now. Nobody out. Keller stares in, gets his signs. Stelly gets his signs, and here we go. To second. Tough play, but it gets the runners advanced, and the job is done. Nice play by Archambault to drift to his left and get the runner, but it works. And when the runners are now at second and third. Catcher, Brody Briggs. So Keller advances the runner. I believe that's our old buddy Dennis Kelley to come out and have a little conversation. So while there's a meeting at the mound, we'll take a timeout. Runners at second and third. It's Union Baseball right here on the Union Sports Network. Back live here as Brody Briggs steps up. Runners at second and third. Bobby Lewis. Preston Petty. Lewis at third. Petty at second. Brody swinging at the first thing. That's delivered by Stelly, and it's a strike. A little bit out of the strike zone was that pitch. Briggs will get back, set back in. 0-1. Swung on pass ball. Lewis comes home, and that's an easy plate. So one run is squeaked across on a pass ball. Horton should have had that when he kind of olayed it. And he knows it too. Petty now advances to third. To second. That'll score another run. And the job gets done by Briggs as he picks up his first RBI of the year. Left fielder, Gage Arthur. Arthur reached on a bunt single, and he pops the first one up. Horton underneath it. Calls for it, and he can't make it. I think he might have gotten, that bat may have gotten in his way a little bit, as it appeared that he kind of glanced down to see where that bat was. Gage Arthur gets some more life. So 0-1, 2 runs come across, one on a pass ball and then a sharply hit ball by Briggs, and that's going to be into the gap. That'll get to the wall. And Jeff Brown, the windmills, waving him to third, and he'll get in. Overthrown that, but not far enough to advance Gage Arthur, and he's in with a triple. And again with 2 outs. I talked about it earlier in the fact that Union can do some damage with 2 outs. They did last year. We'll see if that trend continues this year. Now batting, Jaden McNeely. McNeely steps in now, and he looks for his first RBI of the season as Arthur roped one into the gap, the right field gap, or excuse me, the center field gap between center and right. And McNeely lays down the bunt. Run comes home, safe at first. And life is good. McNeely showing off the wheels. And a squeeze play with Arthur at third. Center fielder, Grayson Tempest. Tempest steps in, and Jeff Brown wants to come down and have a conversation with Tempest and let him know what's going on, especially with the speedy McNeely at first. So you might be able to hear the kind of conversation that we're having. Rob Keller and Rogers are talking about the fact that an error was charged to Horton on the pop-up, even though it was a foul. McNeely goes, and he's in, and he's safe. Tempest squared around a bunt, pulled the bunt back, and McNeely was in there easily. But the fact that Horton dropped that really is the reason that there's a 3 spot up there for Union right now. They got 2 across, had an opportunity to get themselves out of the inning with 2 outs. Horton drops a routine pop fly, and Union capitalizes. Now McNeely goes to third, throw down, not even close. Not even close. And Joey Witcher and I talked about the speed that McNeely has, and I know it's game number 1, but that boy looks like he's maybe gotten just a tad bit quicker this year. Got a great jump, that's for sure. And again, Union in great shape and a great opportunity here. Delivery to Tempest, 2-1 now. Two outs. McNeely at third. Long stare in and the delivery. High and outside, 2-2. My correction, 3-1. High, ball 4. And Tempest with a good eyes at runners at the corners now. Third baseman, Avery Ortiz. So the runners at the corner in Tempest and McNeely, and both those boys got some wheels. And we'll see if Newkirk wants to continue to run. Steely looks in, delivers, nobody goes, and it's outside. Ortiz looks at ball, or strike 1. So it's 1-1, 2 outs. A 3 spot. And maybe the biggest hit of this young season was the triple by Gage Arthur. That continued it. Now, Tempest steals second, or try, but Ortiz right to Archambault, and they're out of the inning. But not before Union puts up a 3 spot. We're back, top of the 5th coming up right after this. Welcome back, everybody. New pitcher for the Red Hawks is TJ King. Hayworth goes 4, throws 49 pitches, 32 strikes, and strikes out 7. So a great outing for Hayworth as King steps in. And it's 1-1. So just so you know, Andy Irwin, who is running all these cameras, has got to run out and check our camera in center field. So what you're going to look at is this high home camera for now, and I'll do my best to give you the play-by-play. But you won't be able to see everything until he gets back. That's swung on, hit right down the right field line, but that's going to be foul and out of play. Patterson gave it a long look, but it was well out of play. 1-2 now. King steps, fires, tip foul as well. King was really the go-to guy last year for Coach Dukirk. Hayworth has stepped up. And just like that, another punch out. And the strikeout train continues for the Comets. Center fielder, Devin. That's not the center fielder. So as I look over that, oh, it is Devin Trujillo. Looked up, and it looked like it was a little shorter than the last time he was up, but I'm wrong. I was like, that's not him. So Devin Trujillo steps in, swung on, and it's quickly 0-2. Center fielder popped out to shortstop his first time up. High outside, 1-2. Appreciate the hustle by Andy Irwin as he gets back in. And we're back to normal. High, Trujillo just ducks underneath it. It's 2-2. Andy Irwin getting his cardio in and trying out all his new ligaments in his knee. As that's outside, 3-2. All that bike riding he does, though, is probably helping him out. As I look over and I see one of our board members, Joey Reyes, joining us here tonight. That pops down the right field line, foul. Kenyon Keller with a long look. Full count, 1 out. The delivery. Popped up. Keller back. Calls for it. Underneath it, 2 away. Boy, and something that I'm liking early on in this season, and again, I know it's game number 1, but it's the composure of these boys. Another year under their belt, and really the only new piece to this defensive strategy is Rogers at second. Everybody else is in their pretty much their starting positions that they had last year. King delivers outside. It's 1-0. Great communication so far. Hustle and super starting pitching. As if we were to give away awards, no matter what the outcome, Tate Hayworth would get player of the game. 32 strikes on 49 pitches, and he fanned 7, 4 of which were swinging. The delivery, 3-1. Spence Perry, the shortstop, struck out his first time up. Swung on, foul down the right field line. In case you're just joining us, 11 games that we will broadcast for the baseball team this year. We'll do 5 total for softball as Spence Perry draws a walk. 5 total for softball, 2 of the nights, so there'll be a double hitters. I'll be posting all that information to my Twitter account at RedPenThoughts. Tag Union as well in that. Now batting Grayson Smith. So Smith steps in, popped out to first his first time up. Runner on first is Perry. King delivers. Inside. Swung on, 1-1. Jim Ritter was up here between innings and told us that Bixby and Union supposed to be playing in Cleveland. Girls basketball has been delayed because there's no power at the high school right now. So there will be no updates to be given. They hope to get the game started by 7. Original start time was going to be 6:30. And if I had eyes in the back of my head, I would know that Andy Irwin's smiling right now because there was an opportunity for us to possibly go down there and stream that game instead of doing an opening night here of baseball. And with respect to the girls, I'm going to say I'm glad we didn't. 1-2 now. Runner on first is Perry after he walked. And there it is. Punch out. Strikeout. Number 9 against the Comets. Number 2 for TJ King. And we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. The Redhawks up by 3. Parker Patterson steps in. Bottom of 5. Parker Patterson's been up twice this evening. Struck out in the first, popped out to left field in the third. And he looks at a first pitch ball. Union poured it on in the 4th. So that's fouled back. Between the errors and the base hits and the triple by Gage Arthur, Union was able to push across 3, and that's where we stand at 3-0 right now. The 1-2 up the middle, that's a base hit. Now batting, TJ King. TJ King steps in as he took over for Tate Hayworth. And if you're just joining us, Tate Hayworth struck out 7 through 49 pitches, 32 of which were strikes. And Hayworth was money tonight. But it's early on, and I'm sure Newkirk's wanting to kind of save that arm. But from a fan's perspective, I'd like to see him gone another inning or two. At least have the opportunity to come back out. But what do I know? Now Stelly delivers high, 1-1. And we'll see how long Stelly can go. Stelly's thrown 66 pitches so far, and we're just through 4 1/3. Swung on, past the second baseman, a diving Archambault, and he can't make the play. And 2 base hits. That brings in Preston Petty, the designated hitter. Now batting, number 13, Preston Petty. So Petty will step in, nobody out. Coach Newkirk's gonna bring in Bobby Lewis. Pinch running, right? Yeah. Pinch runner, number 22, Bobby Lewis. So Lewis will get to run for King. And King helps his own cause by getting a base hit. Petty's 1 for 2. He popped out to center in the second and hit a base hit to left field in the 4th. As part of that 3-run inning for the Union Redhawks. He chases outside, 0-2. Not too sure what he was looking there, how he got fooled, but ball was well out of the strike zone, and he chased it anyway. Throw back to second in time is Patterson. Patterson didn't have much of a lead, but Stelly didn't like what he saw, so he threw it back to second. Now Patterson, a little bit larger lead this time. Stelly looks back. He delivers. Jammed. Quick play there. Nice job there by Williams to charge it. Petty was jammed on it. Williams makes a nice defensive play. First baseman, Canyon Keller. Keller hits it, pop fly. Detola calls for it, and he gets it. Throws it back in, and there's 2 away. Some commentating from inside the booth said, yeah, he didn't get called off that time like Trujillo did in the first inning, and he came on and made the play. Catcher, Brody Briggs. So Briggs steps in, still 2 outs, and I talked about it a number of times tonight. Union's done some damage with 2 outs all last year, and they've continued to do it this year, so we'll see what happens. Stelly outside. Briggs good eye, and it's 1-0. Bobby Lewis is at first. Parker Patterson at second. Briggs popped out to right field his first time up. Reached on a fielder's choice and got an RBI in the 4th. Swung on, 2-1. Folks, on Wednesday, March 9th, it's Union Baseball Night at Whataburger, at the new Whataburger, I should say, on 71st Street, in front of the old Babies R Us. And that's going to be from 5 to 8, so make sure you come on out and support Union Baseball. Stelly throws back to second, not in time, and Parker Patterson's in there safe. So that's Wednesday, March 9th from 5 to 8 at the brand new Whataburger, located right in front of Babies R Us on 71st Street. And after this game, I think Whataburger sounds pretty good. Amy Henderson and all you fine folks at Whataburger do a great, great job. Amy and her folks have come to our school a few times, talked to our kids about different careers. So Whataburger does a great job, and we appreciate all their help for sure. Again, Whataburger Night Wednesday, March 9th from 5 to 8. Come out and support Union Baseball. So 2-2-2, deuces, as they used to say here. First couple of years ago, parents would yell it from the stands. I don't remember that dad's name, but yell it all the time. Now it's 3-2. 2 outs. Brody's mom wanting to hit. Swung on. That's roped. And that's going to be in and out of the glove of a diving Trujillo. In is safe as Briggs. Great job, great dive there, but he can't pull it, can't hold on to it. And Patterson and Lewis will both score, and it's now 5-0. Trujillo made a great jump on that play, and it was in his glove. It just came out. Can't give any better effort than that, but Briggs is safe with a double, and he'll score 2. And that's RBIs 3 and 4 for Briggs. Now batting, Gage Arthur. Arthur steps in. Trying to see who is the pinch runner for Briggs right now. Braden Ross is the pinch runner right now. And that's going to get away, and Ross will get over to third. So Ross advances to third, and the wheels are beginning to fall off the Comets train here. Two and 1 the count to Arthur. The runner at third is Braden Ross after a timely double by Brody Briggs. Swung on, pop, foul. And 2's all across the board again. In the dirt, and another full count. Stelly's really kind of labored these past 2 innings after a terrific start through 3. But he's well over 70 pitches now. And he'll walk Gage Arthur. We go back to the top of the order. Now batting, Jaden McNeely. So McNeely steps in. Base hit in the first, ground out to third in the third, and then a bunt single in the fourth to continue the 3-run inning that Union had in the fourth. So runners at the corners with Arthur and Ross. And I wonder how long the Comets are going to let Stelly continue on the mound. McNeely lays down the bunt, doesn't do it. And Arthur is off with a stolen base. And it would appear every time that Coach Newkirk's got runners at the corners, he sure is going to send that runner from first base. Now second and third. 0-1 delivery in the dirt. So 1-1 now. Might hear me laughing. There are things said behind me that I cannot repeat on the air. And there comes the coach out to have a conversation at the mound. We'll take a timeout as well. Union's up by 5 and still threatening. We'll be back. Dennis Kelley had a little conversation with Stelly. He's at 86 pitches, but they're going to go ahead and leave him in. See if he can get out of this one. Arthur at second, high pitch there. Arthur at second, Ross at third, and it's 3-1 now. So they'll leave Stelly in. Jaden McNeely at the plate. And he's got wheels. Swung on. That's going to fall, base hit. Thompson played it, kind of bobbled it. He'll get it in. That'll score 2. And the route continues. Now batting. We're going to wait and announce who's batting next because Kelley's going to pull Stelly. And they'll change pitchers. We'll give him time to warm up. You guys go get some drinks. The route is on. The Red Hawks up 7-0. So Tempest steps in. Changing pitchers is Ike Gleason for Bishop Kelley. He'll throw over to first to the speedy McNeely, not in time. The line for Stelly through 88 pitches, 56 strikes. He had 2 strikeouts, gave up 9 hits and 2 walks. And what we thought was going to be a pitcher's duel early on has turned into a rout so far by the Redhawks. McNeely back safe at first. Gleason's thrown over a couple of times now. 2 outs. Tempest at the plate. The delivery outside. It's 1-0. Runner goes high. McNeely safe by a mile. McNeely has just had his way tonight with Horton. A little low. 3-0. Tempest walked his last time up. Delivery. 3-1 right down the middle. And Gleason gets his first strike of the evening. Gleason delivers. Strike number 2. Tempest not really happy with that call, but it might have caught the corner, that's for sure. As Gleason looked McNeely back, McNeely's got a pretty good little lead. Archambault kind of fading in, and now Gleason will step back off. Horton down in the crouch. Gleason gets his sign, he's ready to go. 3-2, 2 outs. McNeely dances, he goes to Archambault, and he can't come up with it. And Tempest will get another RBI, and McNeely comes across, and it's 8-0. And Archambault will get charged with the error, and with that run, Union gets its first win of the year. They score 8 runs on 10 hits. And the boys come out to shake hands. And the first game is in the books. Our next game will be next Tuesday, but Union's back in action this Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. as long as the weather cooperates. So come on out to the ballpark and hang out with us as Union takes their home opener 8-0. Saturday at 1 p.m. Come on out. Our next telecast, it'll be next Tuesday. Again, good luck to the Lady Redhawks as they're down in Cleveland right now trying to get a game in against Bixby. For Andy Irwin, I'm Jim Douthit. Thanks for watching. Union wins their home opener. Good night, everybody.